Yes, it has been an amazing year filled with good music back to back from our favorite artists from around the world, and of course Nigeria is no exception when it comes to making good music. A couple of artists from Nigeria have been able to surprise their fans with their amazing album. That is why I have made this motion graphic to help them decide on which artist album deserves Album of the Year award. Let me know your own thought in the comment section on which artist album do you think is very hot. I will really love to know what you think, and please subscribe to my channel, like the video and share with friends. Thanks. So starting out, have gone ahead to make these shapes in Illustrator to use as a mat for my cover art in After Effects. These are just simple shapes I have made using the polygon tool in Adobe Illustrator. So I'm just creating variation of these shapes by offsetting them segment by segment. So you want to make sure you put each of these shapes on their own layer. It is very important you put each of these shapes on their own layer so we can add effect on each of them individually in After Effects. I will take the Illustrator file into After Effects. Now in After Effects, I will select all shapes and pre-compose them. Select Move All attribute and rename the composition to whatever you like. I'm going to be using a plugin called Animation Composer to animate these shapes. I'm going to leave links in the description for all the plugin and script I'm going to use in this project. All I'm doing now is adding the bounce effect from Animation Composer to each of my shapes. That's why it's crucial to put each of these shapes on their own layer in Illustrator. This effect is going to make these shapes bounce. Now that we are done with the effect, I'm going to use a free script called the layer to offset these shapes. Link will be in the description. Select all your shapes and offset them using the script. Now we have something like this. Beautiful. I'm going to switch to my main comp. Before I start with anything in this comp, I'm going to auto trace my shapes. Go to layer, then go to auto trace. So this is actually going to create your shapes for you again, but is going to come with a mask, which we are going to use for our later effect. Now I'm going to bring in my cover art that I will use as a mat for my shapes, starting with Burna Boy. I'm going to add an effect called Motion Tile. I'm going to increase the tile width and height. And I'm going to animate the tile center. Now I'm going to use those shapes as a mat for my cover art. Now you can see that my cover art is inside of my shapes. Pretty cool, right? Now I'm going to make my foreground shape visible again. This shape will be used as a mat for the artist face. Now I'm going to bring in my artist face. I'm going to scale it down to a size that look pretty good to me. Now I am going to use it as an alpha mat for that shape. I'm going to make the shape behind my artist visible and rename the layers. Now I am going to parent the shape behind my artist to the one we used as a mat for our artist face. I'm also going to reduce its transparency. I will go on and use the animation composer bounce effect, for the shape we used as a mat for our cover art. So now when we preview we have something like this. I'm going to make a type with the word 2020 album of the year, feel free to write what you like. Add a opacity animator to the type and change its full range to 0. Now go to the range selector and animate the start range from 0 to 100. Go into the advance option and turn on the randomize order. Go ahead and change the random seed. I'm going to duplicate the type layer, change its color and change the random seed. I will pre-comp all of the type together. I will make another type for the artist album name. And I will do the same thing I did for the first type, by adding an opacity animator, changing its full range to 0, then animate the start range, then turn on the randomize order with a different random seed. And now I am going to write the artist name, but the way I am going to go with the name is going to be different. I am going to be using Video Copilot plugin called Saber to make the text. The link for the plugin will be in the description. Go ahead and reposition the text. Now make a new solid shape. This solid will be used as a mat for the text. Now apply the Saber plugin from Video Copilot to your solid. Follow my setting if you are new to the plugin, but feel free to use your own setting if you know the plugin. I am now going to pre-compose all text together. So going on, I am going to make those shapes we auto trace initially visible again. I will be applying the Saber plugin from Video Copilot to these shapes. Go ahead and follow my settings. After you have done that, it's time to auto-trace the shape in the front of your artist so that we can create streaks of glow around the shape. I'm still going to use the Saber plugin for this one too. Just go through my settings if this is new to you. I'm going to duplicate the glow and do the opposite of what I did to the first one. Look carefully. I'm adding the loop expression to make the glow loop over time without stopping. Now we have something like this, pretty cool, right? Now I also want to make texts that are going to be at the sides of our motion graphics. Create a new composition for this one and name it whatever you feel like. I'm going to type out this artist nickname as to what he calls himself, that is African Giant. Feel free to use your own artist name. Now I need to animate these texts. Please look at the way I'm animating my text with keyframes. After you have done that, you will have something like this. Now I am going to add a tracking animator to animate the tracking of each text so that they look like they are going between each other. I am going to add markers to where the texts are closest to each other. This is going to be a guide for me to know where the tracking is going to happen. So now I am going to animate the tracking. Cool. Now I am going to add a gradient effect to the text. I'm also going to add echo effect. I'm going to copy the effects and paste it to the other text. Now I am going to duplicate the text and delete the effects so that we can retain that white color. Now we have something like this, which is pretty cool. I'm going to go to my main comp and put the text comp there. Duplicate it and put it on the other side. Now is time to make copies of my main comp from the project panel, which says all of them. I'm going to make 4 copies as I have 4 artists I will be using for this project. Rename each of the comps to your artists that you have for this project. Mine are Wizkid, Burna, Davido and Olamide. I'm going to create a finish comp where all my artists' comps are going to be finalized in. I will start changing my artist face and also the cover art of each artist. To change the artist face and cover art, select the artist you want to put from the project panel and select the one you want to change from the layer panel, hold down Alt and click and drag your new artist face to the one you want it to change. Scale and reposition the new artist face. Also do the same thing for the cover art. I'm also going to do the same thing for the name of the artist and the name of the cover art. Be sure to follow my steps. Please subscribe to my channel if you are liking this video, as I plan to take this channel to 1,000 subscribers in the next couple of years. Leave a like to help my videos grow on YouTube. Also leave a comment on which artist album you think deserve this sort of award. I will love to know your thought. Thanks. So I'm just changing everything to match my new artist. Now you can see everything is updated to match my new artist. I'm going to speed up the video now because it's pretty much the same thing as to the one we just changed. After you have changed everything, it's time to move all our artist comp to the finish comp we made initially. Put them in the comp and make sure one is coming after the other. So that is pretty much it. Let me know in the comment section which is your favorite artist and why do you think his album is hot. Please subscribe to my channel and like my video. Thanks and Merry Christmas to you.